Hey guys, welcome back to Cyberpolitics. My name is CyberBlue of Cyberpolitics, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the future of the GOP and why it is so important. But before I get started, I want to let you guys know about the Cyberpolitics Discord server. The invite link will be in the description below. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We post sometimes, not super often, but we post sometimes. Also, go subscribe to my boy Liberals Trash Exactness. This guy's awesome. Go subscribe to him. He deserves the credit. He uploads similar content to mine. So, yeah, go subscribe to him. Also, go subscribe to American Predictions. They're also good as well. They're near 200 subscribers, so make that possible for them, if you will, please. Thank you very much. Okay, now on to the future of the GOP, because from what we've seen in the 2020 election, let me just say it is very important that the GOP emphasizes their future and emphasizes it now. It's very important. Now, I said that to say, look, in the 2020 election, the Republicans lost the Senate. As you can see, they lost it to the Democrats. It's a 50-50 split. It's very easily takeable, but the Republicans are going to have to work up some energy in order to win the Senate in 2022 and in 2024. But as you can see, states like Colorado, Arizona, and the 2 Senate seats in Georgia also flipped. That's not good at all. Also, you might notice that it says Alabama flipped because it did. It had a Democrat senator before it had Doug Jones in there. He lost to his challenger, Tommy Tuberville, so that is now in Republican hands. Otherwise, the Senate would be 51-49, and that would be even worse. So, as you can see, though, if we go to the House results, the House has a very, very slim majority for the Democrats. And there's a lot of different things that we could talk about in here. But the main thing that I want to talk about is the 3 ways that I see the GOP going and how it will affect the GOP in future election years. So, one thing that's very important is that the GOP makes the best decisions that it can. Otherwise, it will cease to function as a party in this country. It is very important that the GOP makes the right decisions and makes them now. Okay, so the first way that I'm going to go over is the Trump way. I believe this is the best way, but it's the way where the GOP stays united under Donald Trump going into 2022 and 2024 with boosted confidence and higher energy. So I believe that it is very possible that if Donald Trump continues his political career for maybe just like a few more years or something, then the GOP can score sizable victories. And I believe it can happen because Donald Trump is still very popular. You have to admit Donald Trump is still very popular. There's just no outdoing his popularity as far as that goes. But one thing that will determine 2024 is Biden's popularity, which right now isn't the best, especially for the things that he's done, vaccinating millions of Americans, actually hundreds of millions of Americans, getting them vaccinated, which, by the way, was started and spearheaded by President Trump. Just want to give credit to President Trump for getting it started. And yeah, Biden's approval rating should be a lot higher than it is, especially for the kind of president that he is. It's kind of not surprising that his approval rating is so bad, but whatever. It's whatevs. So, yeah, I think that if Donald Trump continues to influence the GOP the way he has over the last 4 or 5 years, then I think the GOP can still win. I think it could be very possible for the GOP to eke out victories in places like Georgia, and Arizona, and Wisconsin, and even Michigan and Pennsylvania, which, as you know, in 2016 went to Donald Trump. by very slim margins. He won them all by, I believe, 70,000 votes, except for Michigan, it was a little bit closer. But in 2020, he supposedly lost all of those to Biden. I can sort of see Pennsylvania because Biden was originally from Pennsylvania. But it's very important that if Donald Trump does continue to lead the GOP, that he too makes the right decisions. Because, you can't be a Trump supporter and not admit that Donald Trump does go a little bit off the lid sometimes. I mean, with the way he says things, and I believe he needs to tame it down just a little bit if he is going to continue to lead the GOP. I think that's very important, that if he leads the GOP, just tame it down, man. Tame it down, or you'll never get anywhere. That's what I want to say, in case somehow magically President Trump is watching, which I highly doubt. But I want to go over the second way now. The second way is the DeSantis way, where Florida Governor Ron DeSantis steals the show and leads the GOP to resounding victory in the upcoming years. Now, I believe that this too is very possible because Governor DeSantis has a lot of momentum behind him. Not as much as the former president, but the governor does have a lot of momentum behind him, and I think that could definitely help him for the upcoming years, especially with his governor re-election in 2022 in Florida. I think that'll help him. It really depends on who the Democrat is also running against him in Florida. But for 2024, I think Ron DeSantis could be a possible. I think he could be electable, but I don't think he's as electable as Donald Trump, to be honest. I think DeSantis could do it. I think he could win states like Georgia and Arizona, and perhaps even Pennsylvania. But as far as states like New Hampshire or Michigan or even Nevada or states like that, I'm having a hard time putting it into my head how DeSantis could really get it done like that. How DeSantis could convert those states to the GOP, especially New Hampshire. If you look at New Hampshire in 2016, it just barely went Democrat, just barely went to Hillary Clinton in 2016. But if you look in 2020, it was 7.4% for Biden, which is terrible news. But anyway, so I think DeSantis could do it. I definitely think that DeSantis could lead the GOP to resounding victory, but it's going to take effort. And it's going to take effort with President Trump too, just not as much effort. So the third and final way that I want to go over for how the GOP could go about their future is the establishment way. Now, I hate to even mention this way because the establishment has ruined the GOP in times past. We saw that with George W. Bush and other candidates like Mitt Romney, who lost to Barack Obama pretty significantly. If we go back to 2012 here, you can see he lost to Barack Obama 332 to 206, which is not good at all. And Romney, to be honest, I would not want Mitt Romney leading the Republican Party ever again. I mean, he failed at it in 2012. As you can see, he lost to Barack Obama. But in future years, I don't want Romney leading the GOP. I just don't see that happening. He's too establishmentarian for my likes. And I tend to go more for populists and America First people like Donald Trump or even Ron DeSantis or, people like that. But I just believe that people like Mitt Romney and even people like Mike Pence are just too establishmentarian to lead the GOP. So I think it'll be a very bad disaster to pick the establishment way for the GOP, because if the establishmentarians do take over the party, it's going to be a disastrous thing. You're going to see the GOP losing all over, especially in the Rust Belt, because the Rust Belt, let me repeat, the Rust Belt does not like establishmentarian Republicans. That's obvious because Romney would have won Ohio in 2012 if that was the case. But no, he was too establishmentarian. It went to Barack Obama. In in 2016 and 2020, you might notice it went to Donald Trump. That's because Donald Trump is not an establishmentarian, which is what I very much like about him. He's not an establishmentarian, and it's very important, in my opinion, that the GOP doesn't pick another establishmentarian to lead them like they did in 2008 and in 2000 and 2012, and even in times past. But it's very important. Neoconservatives, unelectable. Neoliberals, unelectable. You have to have this. You have to have the populists in there. They are electable. You have to have the Trump kind of people in there. They are electable. That's very important. So I just wanted to go over that. And I think it is very important that the GOP chooses right now to emphasize their future, because their future is heading down the wrong track if they go for candidates like Mitt Romney or even candidates like Mike Pence. So it's bad for the GOP. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel to keep this content coming and to keep improving it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Peace out.